The sun peeks out behind Mount Kenya, the second largest mountain in Africa. It lights up like Laikipia district that is on its foot. Turukuma location is buzzing. And no, this is not a demonstration, but a peaceful walk to celebrate the achievements of the Likie watchdog group.
These are people who came to this place and they actually made us to understand that there are problems of the grassroots. We have got the problem of property stripping, disinheritance to women, and also the orphans. So actually there are some cases that we have tackled and they have succeeded. We have got women who have obtained their title deeds. We have got also women who have regained their properties, and that's why we are celebrating today.
Not only is this a session for celebration, but also one for sharing.
Mimi nilisumbuliwa sana tangu hata kumsika ilikuwa shida. Nikakaa nikasikia kuna kikundi iko ya watchdog. Na ilikuwa hapa Liki. Na hii ndio ilikuwa njia tu. Nikawatafuta nikawapata. Wakati watchdog ya Liki ilinishika vizuri, tulienda na nilipewa title deed na ndio hii.
Rosemary Wajro is amongst the lucky few who've been kicked out of their homes and then later accepted back.
Nilimwambia unanituma kwa mama mgani na mimi sijui mama yangu pale yako.
16-year-old Wilson Joroge is an orphan. His father died when he was very young and his mother also died a few years back. An uncle who they trusted promised to take care of them. He sold their possessions and took them to his home in Brumuruti. Once there, they had to fend for themselves.
Asubuhi kabla tuende shule ni kulima. Jioni ni kulima. Sasa hata masomo iko inaingia. Sababu hakuna wakati wa kusoma. Lakini nilikuwa tunatia bidii ile masaa ninapata shule. Mimi na ndugu yangu tukaenda kwa assistant chief wa huko Brumuruti. Tukampatia habari. Wiki moja zaidi ilipita. Mjomba alitoka upande akuwa mlevi zaidi. Akakuja kwa nyumba, sasa tulikuwa na nyumba yetu kando. Baada tulikuwa tunalala. Alitupatia dakika 12 tulikuwa tumetoka compound yake. Na tuna pali ya kwenda ama pali ya kwenda kuweka vitu.
Ngongo Mwongela is almost 80 years old. She's from Kitui East County in Eastern Province. She lost her husband, a First World War veteran, more than 15 years back. Lack of food and the fact that she had small grandchildren to take care of forced her to sell a piece of her land. One of her stepsons tried to stop her. Luckily enough, her husband had written a will on an exercise book, something that helped her obtain a title deed for her piece of land. She also received a lot of help from clan elders in the area who work closely with the Teiwawo watchdog group. Grabbing of property doesn't just happen in rural areas. The Mathare slums in Nairobi, a place where you would not expect to hear of land or property grabbing. Esther Waboi Mogoro, however, has such a story to tell.
Wakati bwanangu alikufa, hao watu walinifukuza. Mtoto wangu wa kwanza akafanya study 8, nikaenda kwa mzazi, nikamwomba school fees, akaniambia hawezi jua hiyo maneno. Huyo mzazi alisema hatujui, sisi ni maraya, hata hajawahi tuona.
Just like Ngongo Molwa, Esther had some documents with her that proved her in-laws wrong. They owned a residential house in Mathare, one that was grabbed by the in-laws.
Hawa watu wanakula pesa zaidi ya 35,000 na hakuna kitu wananipeanga, na niko na watoto watatu wa hiyo jamii. Na walienda wakasema bwana yangu alikuwa hana watoto, na hii ni death certificate. Hizo vitu mkiangalia, birth certificate na kitambulisho inasoma kama hii death vile inasoma hapa.
The Community Land and Property Watchdog Group is an informal justice mechanism that brings together community opinion leaders, village elders, women living with HIV, and the community at large to curb disinheritance and asset stripping among widows and orphans. Julius Kamade is a member of the Mathare Watchdog Group. He says more about what they do.
We find sometimes people are violated, they have been assets stripped, so we try and look into those cases and try to get something back to where or to whom it belonged to after maybe a parent dies and the child is left orphaned. There's a lot of violations that goes on. You find that a child has been thrown away from their house, their property has been taken away from them, and apart from that, we also look at other problems like gender-based violence.
The Mathare Watchdog Group helped Esther Mogoro reclaim her property.
There was a court order that had been issued some years back, which actually the lady had no idea of how she could get the document into her hands. So the watchdog helped her. They went into court with her. So that's how we managed to get that court order. When it came back to the local administration, our chief has been so much helpful. He actually approved it and sent notices to the people who are living in that house.
Akaambia tenant wote wasijaribu kupatia mtu mwingine pesa kama sio mimi. Na chief akaniambia nilete akaunti yangu ndio niende waandikiwa kwa ile barua chief alikuwa ameandika. Na nikaenda na nikaleta hiyo account number na ikaandikwa. Hao watu hawakurespond, hawakupeleka pesa. Walisema wengine hawajalipa. Huyo mama badala ya kusikiliza huyo chief alitoka na matusi kunitusi. Alikuwa ananiambia haniogopi. Kwa hivyo mtu wa kukuambia yeye mimi haniogopi anaweza kukufanya anything. Anaweza kukuudia hata jambo ya kukuua. Ndio abaki na hizo nyumba awe analipisha.
Esther Mwaura Moiro, the GROOTS Kenya Executive Director, tells us how the watchdog groups deal with such threats.
Of course, over years, the community-led watchdog groups have been shaped through experiences, through training. GROOTS does massive training, paralegal trainings, leadership training, and they are now being replicated in over 8 countries in Africa. But in Kenya, of course, we still do have a lot of job to do. We are now working in about 8 districts in this country.
Esther also explains how they prevent land stripping from orphans and widows.
First thing is to ensure that the communities are mobilized, understand what the implication of allowing orphans and widows to be thrown out of their homes and their properties. We support the provincial administrators to understand what kind of documents they must have before they are able to actually assign that so and so is the rightful in a person to take inheritance right of an individual. Also, what we are doing is ensuring that people do have the right documents. The many women and widows and orphans who've been disinherited are those ones who do not have marriage certificates. The children don't have birth certificates because these are things people take for granted. We do a lot of training and awareness among the community. What are the core documents that you should have to be able to protect yourself just in case that you must go through a court process to claim your rights?
Besides ensuring that widows and orphans have the right documents, the watchdog groups also help families to get back together. Mama Mwiti, a mother of 6, was kicked out of her home by her in-laws when her husband died. Raising her children has not been easy. She was even forced to start menial jobs 2 weeks after giving birth to her last-born. Many a times, she has been helped by her son Mwiti, who's in secondary school, to put food on the table for her children.
Na kinya we naho na ne twinyiririkite rimwe nkona ni araigua tha muno akeria akirira muno nkona tarare mwe akaiga gwa na kiega kingi muno no nkaremwa ni kurima wako nkathia ona kuu ibarua-ini nikenda nkona byakura bya kubae indi tariu nontu ndanjiririe kurita wira ndina ta ciumia 2 mwana ari uciarwa ri na ntona muntu uginteithiriria na ngabwirira bureya bwanteithiriria ri ni riu ni mbibitwe kinya mwiri wagite inya kinya ndaita ndombo tindire futio rimwe ntuku ikathira.
Mama Mwiti now has a reason to be jovial. Her long face is now gone, and in its place, a smile. Following the intervention of the Likia Watchdog Group, Mama Mwiti's mother-in-law has welcomed her back. She has even given her a piece of land where she can construct a new home, a house that the Watchdog Group and community members are helping her construct. Helen Gathoni, her mother-in-law, now has different thoughts on women owning property.
We nawe uri wa mwanake mutimia ndubati gutunywo kindu kia muthuriguo kindu kia muthuriguo iri ngoko ya muthuriguo ndubati gutunywo ge kaburi uratigeirwo ni muthuriguo ndubati gutunywo o haria muthuriguo arahetwo ariage tuboga ukariaga handu hariku na gutari mundu ungi ukuhurahuria we nawe mwanake uri ho muiretu uyu ndagatuike maikirio ati umwengengage ni tondu ni urarehire muiretu eni urakihikirio muhiki abana utire kindu ta kiu.
A success story indeed. We've taken a journey through Rift Valley, Nairobi and eastern provinces. There are many similarities in what widows and orphans go through once they lose a husband and father. According to the Kenyan Constitution, Article 40(1), every person has a right, either individually or in association with others, to acquire land and own property of any description and in any part of Kenya.
We are saying, particularly with this constitution, everybody has a right, and the laws are very, very clear on how each of us must be able to claim their rights. It is not just the responsibilities of women to be able to defend their rights. It is the responsibilities of all the Kenyans to protect each other's rights.
Rosemary Wajiro, Mama Mweti and Esther Mogoro have gotten their property back. Wilson Joroge is back in school and is looking forward to a bright future.
Mimi nataka kukuwa engineer.